Okay, we're back in our folder. Now we're going to create the Part 19 file. So what I want to do is go back to the folder where I have my template for my border sheet, and there it is. I'm just going to go ahead and open up this border sheet, and I'm going to rename it. It's going out to the cloud and pulling that up from Autodesk, and now we have a name up here that says border sheet. Well, we don't need that. We need Part 19. So we'll do a save as, and we're going to go ahead and key in, let's see, ortho hyphen iso hyphen part hyphen 19 hyphen 001. I use 001 in case I'm going to use versions on it. I messed up on that. Okay, Part 19 looks good. We hit save and double check that it saved the file. Yeah, there it goes. It changed the file. Okay, now we drew this border sheet on the border sheet level, obviously. We're going to lock that so we don't write over that and make a mistake. I'm going to pull that up here out of the way. And now I'm going to go ahead and unlock the ortho part layer. Okay, and we'll double click on it so we know that we're active on that layer. Yep, it shows up light blue, so we're good to go. Now let's go back over here to richardplatt.net where this file is. We need to get some measurements off this original drawing to redraft it. Okay, so it looks like the part is 4 inches across, and at half scale, that's going to be 2 inches. So let's go back to AutoCAD. Before I get started, what I'm going to do is lay some drafting lines out, kind of like how I did it with the manual drafting of that part. So we'll go ahead and get the line command, and we'll go find the midpoint. I'm just going to come down here to, we'll come down to that right there. We'll hit the escape button. We'll come over here and hit the line command again. And we're going to come over here to that midpoint and just shoot all the way across over here. That's good. Hit escape. Now we're going to go to modify and use the offset command, and this time we're going to select an object to offset here. So specify offset distance. Well, let's go ahead and do that right now. We're going to say 1 inch off the middle lines. So we're going to go select this line here. Well, I guess I thought I said it, so we'll say 1 inch. Okay. And then I'm going to go take this one right here and go that way, and I'll say 1 inch again. Okay. And I'm going to go up here to this one, 1 inch again. And I'll come down here to this one and hit 1 inch again. Okay. So I've got those drawn in there. Now, it probably was a more efficient way to do that, but let's just say we got it done. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to confirm that, and I'm going to come up here and I'm going to draw a polygon holding my mouse down from one end to the other. Now, normal AutoCAD, you would have to do the you'd have to do point click and then point click to create that selection. So I went ahead and deleted those. Okay, good. Using the erase command. Now we're going to go select the scissor tool. Excuse me, trim tool. We're going to trim this out. Looks kind of like scissors. And trim that out and trim this out. All right, that's good. Okay, let's go ahead and hit escape. Let's save our file so we don't lose the work that we've done. And we'll go on to the next step. Okay, the next step, we need to come back and look at the drawing. Okay, it says it's 4 inches across, so 4 divided by 2, or divided by half of that, is going to be 2 inches. So we're going to come over here, and at this time we'll go back to our good friend the offset command. We'll select that, and it says select specify an offset distance. We're going to go ahead and say we'll select the object here, okay, and we're going to key in 2. Got that over there, and we're going to select another object here to offset, and we'll come over here to 2. Done that. That looks good. Okay, so now I'll go back to our friend the trim command, and we're going to trim that, trim that. Now let's go back to the drawing real quick and look at it. Okay, the height of this is 2.5 inches, so half of 2.5 would be, I guess that what's that, 1 1/4. Okay, let's go back and do that, 1 1/4. So we'll do offset again. We'll specify, we're going to specify an object to offset. We're going to grab this one. We're going to key in 1.25. That's down there. Okay, we'll come over here and grab this object here, and we'll do the same thing. Actually, we probably could come over here and select to that, which lets us reference off that point. So that worked pretty well as well. Now let's go and look at our drawing again, So the actual height from here to there, that measurement is 1.5. So this measurement over here should be half of that as well. So let's go fix that. So we'll go back here to AutoCAD. So 1.5, half of 1.5 is 0.75. So we'll go to offset and specify an object to offset. Well, we're going to select this one right here. Click on it. We'll come up 0.75 of an inch. And we'll come over here to this one. Go to our right there, 0.75. And we'll move over to that size there. Go back to our friend, what looks like this is a command, but is actually the trim command. Let's trim this guy up. Okay. I'm going to just do a polygon. See if I can grab that. Got rid of that one. Those are gone. I'm just going to drag across there. Got rid of that. Drag across there, got rid of that, and come down here to this. Okay, so let's go ahead and save what we have now. Now we have the basis of our part that we're trying to design. We have the top, the front, and the right view, the basic outline of the part. And we have this one line here. Now this line will get deleted later, but we're going to use it as this one point here as an anchor for our isometric part that we designed from the OrthoIso. Okay, let's move on to the next step. Okay, in looking at the manually drafted drawing, we now in our AutoCAD file need to draft in this feature right here and this feature over here, because again, this is the side, or excuse me, the front of the part, which is looking at it from that direction. And then this right here is the right side, which is looking at it from that direction, as I see myself pointing there. So the measurement here says 1 inch, so half of 1 inch is 0.5. And the distance up here says 3/4 of an inch. Well, half of 3/4 of an inch is 0.375 or 3/8. So let's start with this here first and take it from there. Okay, so we're going to come up here and we're going to go back to AutoCAD. I'm going to zoom up on this so we can get a little better view. And we'll go to our good buddy, the offset command. And we're going to key in a distance. Let's go ahead and select this guy here. And we're going to key in 0.375, which is 3/8 of an inch, and go down. We'll come up here to this one here, hit space bar, grab him, and I'm going to offset him as well. And I'm going to key in, I'm going to go above here, 0.375, got him in there. Now, what I can do is I'm going to go ahead and quickly confirm that. I'm going to come over here to the drawing again. We said this distance from here to there is 1.5 inches. Well, half of that, of course, is 3/4 of an inch. So let's go back up here, and we're going to do offset again. And we're going to select this object right here. And we're going to go to our left, and we're going to say 0.75. Okay, it's drawn in. Now this is actually pretty simple from this point on, because we have our object tracking set up, we have our line style set up the way we want. So we're going to come back over here to draw, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start right here. I'm going to come across and I'm going to click, and I'm going to come over here to this one edge, and I'll hit escape. I'll come over here and do the same thing. I'll reference off him and let it track over to this edge, and I'm going to run over here and draw, let it intersect right there. Hit escape, get our good buddy the trim command over here on the modify menu. Okay, get rid of some of these lines, get rid of that, get rid of this. This we're not going to change because that's what we want. So let's hit escape. We're out of that. Now let's go back to our drawing real quick and take a look at where we are. Yep, we got all this drawn in just like we wanted to. That's good. So we'll come back here again. I'm going to go ahead and hit the Z key to zoom, and we're going to go ahead to extents and then use our middle mouse button just to roll out a little bit farther and push our middle mouse button down to drag with. Let's save our file and take the next step we're going to do. Alright, we need to figure out what's the next thing we need to do, and it has to do with this top view right here. So let's go look at our drawing. So where we're looking at our drawing, we've got this dotted or dashed line right here. That signifies, if you're looking at it from the top view, you have x-ray vision that you can see through the part, and you can see this actual line right here. So we have to draw this line, this dashed line here. It looks like a lot of work drawing all those dashes. But AutoCAD makes that a lot easier. Now again, let's get the measurement here at 0.1. It's 1.5 inches, 0.7 be 0.75 if you want to key that in precision. Maybe we could reference off this point here. Let's go do that. So what we want to do now is come to our offset command, and we're going to select an object, which is going to be this guy here. And what we're going to do is we're going to snap to this one edge where it actually is. So that's 0.75, but we got a problem. We have to make this a hidden line. Well, AutoCAD takes care of that for us. So we come over here to our properties command here, and you can see it says line type continuous. Well, let's select this guy here, and got him selected. So get him selected here. Okay, we got him selected. It says continuous. Well, let's come down here and change it to a hidden line. Whoop, let's make sure we got it here. Hidden line, okay. And we're going to say continuous. We're going to say hidden. Okay, let's go ahead and hit escape. And sure enough, there's our hidden line that we needed to do right now. So that's excellent. So I like what we've done there. So we've basically got it all drafted up, our orthographic projection, our top, our front, and our right view. Now let's go ahead and save our file. But before we save our file, let's get back to layers and take care of a little house cleaning here. So we're going to go back here. We're going to lock this view so we don't make a mistake. We're going to go back to the border sheet, unlock it, double click on it. So we're live on the border sheet, and we're going to edit where it says Richard Platt Part XX. This is Part 19. So we'll double click on that. We'll highlight the XX, and we'll key in 119. Okay, we'll go ahead and check that off. And there it is, Part 19. That's good. So let's lock that layer again. Let's go ahead and save our file. And let's move on to the next step. Okay, the next step in Part 19 is for us to go ahead and draft in the ISO. So let's go ahead and select that layer, and let's unlock it. We'll move our mouse down, ensure the lock is gone, and that's the selected layer. Now, one thing we need to do is to go to our Properties Manager and see right now how we're set to hidden. So if we start drawing a line, let's go back over here to line, and we start drawing a line. Let's go off here at this one point and just arbitrarily put a line in. See how it's got the dash for hidden line? We've got to reset that. So let's go ahead and hit escape, not draw that line, and let's go ahead and set it to continuous, so that way it's a solid line. So now if we come over here and we select the line command again, and we start drawing, and sure enough it is continuous. That's good. Okay, so let's start drawing in this isometric. Now remember, isometrics are a 30-degree angle and 60-degree angle. So I'm going to start with the line command. And remember, we created this point which is 2 inches off this point here and 2 inches off that point. So it gives better distribution of the views of our drawing. So we'll start here, and you're just going to pull out here arbitrarily. Now you see these screens pop up. Well, we know that the distance is going to be 2 inches from our front view. We figured that out. Then I'm going to hit my tab key, and I'm going to jump over here, and it says degrees. I'm going to say 30 degrees. And so it's drawn us a 2-inch line at 30 degrees. Now we're going to go the opposite direction, or to a different direction, and we know the width of the part is 0.75, or actually 1.5 divided by 2, which is 0.75. So we're going to go that direction. We hit the tab again, and we'll say 30 degrees again. Okay, so it drew that in. Now we're going to go back up in this direction here. So we're going to use, again, precision key in. We're going to say 1.25 for the height of the part, tab, to 90 degrees. And so it's placed that drawing in there as you see. Now we can continue back across, or we can just hit escape at this point. I hit escape. And let's go over and try something different. We're going to come over here to the copy command. And what I'm going to do is it says select objects. Okay, I'm going to select this one here, and I'll hit enter. And I'm going to key in I'm going to grab a point, which is, let me zoom up on this a little bit. I'll grab this point right here. I'm just going to copy it up here to this angle. Right there. Now I'm going to hit escape, and I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to take and do the copy again. Just hit my space bar on my keyboard. It says select object. I'm going to grab this one here. And select the displacement point, which would be here. Put it right here. Now remember, I've got to go back up here, put one right there as well. So let's zoom out a little bit. Okay, now let's hit escape, and we're going to hit the erase command, and we're going to get, got to unlock one of my layers, come back up here to ortho parts, unlock it, lock the layer I was on, select this guy right here, and we'll just hit spacebar. It's gone. Okay, so let's lock that ortho layer again. Go back here, double click on this, unlock it. And so now you can see I brightened up, it's active. Well, let's hit the copy command again, this one here, and select an object. Well, I'm going to select this one, hit enter, come down here, grab this, take it up here, and why not take it on over here as well, and we'll place it there. Escape. Now we'll hit the spacebar again to repeat that last command, and we're going to select this guy here, and I'll go ahead and take him and place him up at the very top. So as you can tell, we've got a rectangular view of our part. I'm going to keep this selected. We've got the rectangular isometric view of the actual part 19. We're not done yet. So we're going to come up here, and we're going to stay on that one vertice going straight up at 90 degrees, and we're going to key in 0.375, and we're going to come up 0.375. Now we're going to come up here and snap on that point, slide down, key in 0.375, because it establishes the direction that we're going. That's good. So now we have that size that we laid out correctly. I think we might have something wrong, so let's go over here to let's see here, we got draw, annotate, modify. Why don't we key in distance over here? Let's do some quick measurements. I may have done something wrong. DI for distance. And so select our first point. That's correct. Select that point. Yeah, that's correct. So, okay, it's all good. So let's check this measurement here. So I'll hit my spacebar again, and I'll bring up my distance command. Measure this down to, it's 1/2 inch. I did something wrong. Okay, let's hit escape. I thought something didn't look right. Hit the spacebar again, measure here to right there, 3.75. That's good. So we got this in the wrong place. We're going to take care of that. So we'll go ahead and go back to the erase command. Get rid of him. Okay, now let's go back to copy again. Select that object, spacebar, come down here, let's say 0.375. See if that looks better now. Yeah, it looks a lot better. Okay, good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and hit our spacebar again and hit copy and select this object, enter. We'll get that point here, and we're going to come back on this. I'm thinking we need to go back, we got midpoint. See if I can snap on that. Yeah, okay, I'm going to go back to 0.75. So place that line back there for me there. That looks good. And why not go ahead, hit spacebar again, select that object there, enter, grab this point here, and just snap to that vertice. And then we'll come down here, snap to that vertice as well. Hit escape. Let's go find our friend, the trim command, and we'll trim him. There, and we'll trim this one here and this one here. Okay, we got to put some few lines in there, but we can take care of that, no problem. So we'll go get the copy command, select that object, enter, grab him, take him over here and put him right there, hit escape. Now let's stop for now and take a little quick break and come back to this. Alright, let's continue with our isometric drawing here. So what we're going to do now is go back to the copy command. We're going to select that green diagonal line there, grab it. We'll select it off this point and come back to this intersection. So now we're going to hit escape, and we'll go to our friend the trim command and clean up a few things right here real quick. So let's zoom up on this so we don't arbitrarily erase the wrong line. And go ahead and do that, and let's do a zoom, enter. We'll say extents to the extents of the file. Oh, we got to confirm that. Okay, now we hit the zoom command. All right, and then we'll say extents, and we'll zoom all the way out. Okay, looks pretty good. So it looks like we've got our top view, our front, our front, and our right view, and now we have our isometric view drawn to the size of our part. So let's, I'm going to check a few measurements here to make sure I'm drawing correctly. So I'll go to the DI command here, DI for distance. I think my cat here is talking to me. And I'm going to select on this point here. It's 2 point, that point there, that's 2 inches. Okay, let's verify that. Hit spacebar again, and let's measure from here to there, and that's 2 right there as well. Okay, so we have gotten our drawing done correctly. We're going to stop this video for now, and then we're going to come back in the next video and dimension out this drawing and plot the drawing.